Welcome everyone to the third edition of the 2-on-2 Champions Challenge. My name is Klaus Vestergaard, and alongside me is Danish national team player, World Cup silver medalist, principal organizer of the event, Alexander Ibsen, and together we will try and guide you through the entirety of this tournament. We are just getting started with game number one. And of course, the tournament will be started off by the defending champions who already are up 1-0. It's Anders Berenth and Simon Christensen. And Alexander, the Danes got to be favored here.
Yeah, I mean, they're last year's champion and awarded the best handstick player of the world at the World Cup last year. So they must be the favorites.
Ton of quality for the Danish team here. They're up against a relatively unknown German team. We know David Huber, of course, from the World Cup last summer. But Stefan Möll, his teammate, is new, and certainly both are new to this tournament format. We, of course, are playing 2-on-2, whereas normally we would see Powerchair Hockey played 5-on-5. So this is a new and strange tournament format for these guys. Ooh, nice save here from Möll, and now they bring the pressure. It's, of course, key to force turnovers here, as the 2-on-2 format scoring is rather easy, but that means you have to be very cynical and score every single time.
Yeah, but yeah, I like the last year. I kind of favored the goalkeeper chairs, I call them. The chairs that resembles the Daily Day chair with big small wheels.
Yeah, so the Alexander, nothing he could do here, Möll.
No.
Alexander is referring to the make of the Stefan Möll's chair. It takes up a lot of space in the goal area. May not be the quickest of chairs, but does a good job of shutting everything down.
And the Danish team looks like they have problems with putting the pressure on. 2 times he has gotten around behind Simon.
There are two clearly different strategies here. We see the Germans sitting very deep, and that is sort of maybe the most common strategy in this format. But the Danes have elected to go with high pressure, and if anyone can pull it off, it's the combination of Berenth and Christensen. A lot of contact in front, but referee Kasiki lets it go. Yeah. So the Danes have yet to miss a shot. Same goes for the German squad. It is absolutely crucial that you score on almost every possession. Creating a turnover here is huge. And I think we will see the best teams of the tournament score on about 80% of their offensive possessions.
The Germans scored 3 times very quickly after they got the ball, so
it
seems like they have some defensive problems, the Danes. Last year they have great success with putting the high pressure on the teams.
David Huber.
And sometimes not even allowing them to cross the middle line, because in this format you need to cross the middle line to score. So if you shoot behind the middle line, you won't score.
It's a turnover, yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult.
It's very difficult. Huber definitely could have covered that off if he wanted to, but if he had lunged and gone for the interception there, Anders would have picked the ball up and scored on the other side of the net, which would have then been wide open. So very tough, and that's the sort of problems you get into when you are sitting very deep like this.
Yeah.
So if you are able to pull off the high pressure we see from the Danes, it's definitely a better strategy, but it is high risk, and we've seen David Huber so far have no trouble sort of picking his way through the Danish defense. Huber and Möll, of course, Germans. I'm not sure I mentioned that earlier on. Huber here makes it 4-4. Either team has yet to miss a shot, and this is actually getting This is getting pretty impressive, even by the standards of 2-on-2.
Oh, and then again,
Once
it seems
more.
like he found a formula with going around the goal, because Stefan has no way of covering both corners or reaching the far corner
And
when Anders goes around the goal.
we see David Huber has a word or two for his goalkeeper there. It's of course important with the, as you are only two players out there, you must help each other out covering the relatively wide goal, and some communications issues early on maybe. Ooh, a turnover here maybe. Oh, Huber just able to pull it out. Good defense here from the Danes. Creating a turnover is obviously huge in a game flow here where scoring is.
Oh, and now they might be able to put pressure. No, he goes back.
Anders, they're taking the passive approach, and
again.
I think that bites him. He should have gone up and tried to catch Huber behind Huber's own goal. But instead he pulls back Anders and sort of hangs Simon out there to dry, and Huber gets a pretty easy goal to make it 5-5. Oop.
Now he loses.
See,
the
that's
ball.
a
That's
huge mistake. You are not allowed to ram into the boards here, and that's an automatic turnover. So that's a big mistake from a veteran like Anders Berenth, one of the most experienced Powerchair hockey players in the world. Oh. Again, not a big deal that he didn't score there, because as long as he's able to retain possession, everything is okay. You cannot turn the ball over here, and the Danes are in trouble now. Definitely, Huber has scored every single time, and either they need to step it up defensively, or
he wins the ball there.
He wins the ball again. Another turnover. Wow.
2 turnovers already.
And they can go up 2 here. Yes.
Wow.
Huber up 2. Huber and Möll up 2 on the defending champions. This is early trouble.
That's a surprise. I must say, they play very well, the Germans, especially when they have the ball. And a great turnover.
Okay. Again, conceding a goal in this format, not a big deal.
No, not really.
It is really all about creating the turnovers. Those are the big plays you need to make. And the Danes are... Yeah, and a foul is called here on Berenth. You know, nice try, no big deal. Getting the foul called on you. You got to gamble to try and win the ball in that spot. And they came close. Very nicely done by Huber there.
Huber has no problem scoring right now.
He is absolutely on fire. The reason I think we are sounding a little surprised by this is that he is basically a backup on the German national team.
Yeah.
Of course, he is stuck behind one of the greatest players in the world.
Yeah.
And he has been scored a 4-point player, which is the sort of the physical rating of each player. And
when I missed the shot. Oh my God.
Of course, in international play, in international play, there's a limit to how many such points you can have on the court at the same time. And Huber being scored a 4 and being on the team with, I mean, one of the 2-3 best players in the world in Nassim Afra, has sort of led to him being stuck on the bench for the Germans. But he is an absolute top-class player, and he's showing it so far.
But it might not be a surprise for the Germans, because I talked to them yesterday, and they said that they expected to go to the final.
Wow, okay.
Actually.
So a lot of confidence coming out from the Germans early on.
But there might be something about it, because they play very well so far. Oh, now he missed a shot.
Simon, he wins this one. Great job by Christensen. Whew. Okay, so the Danes get one back here. Anders is surrounded here. He could turn this over very easily.
he should do here.
Yeah, I mean, he
Can he
should
get-
try to send it.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
yeah.
The rare T-stick shot on goal, but just misses from Christensen. But the Danes, I mean, again, crucially able to keep possession. Almost loses it here again, and that's a goal. But that was a struggle all possession long. The Germans playing really, really, really well so far. I'm so impressed.
But I mean, the Danes struggle more to get the goals than the Germans.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Score one for the passive approach, the sitting deep. And this is half time.
Already
So
10 minutes.
tied on eight each. But of course, the Germans will start out with possession in the second half. But in a do-or-die situation like this against the defending champions, they are really, really impressive so far. So we get going here with the second half. Huber on the ball, and we will. The Danes sit back now, change their defensive strategy. Interesting to see if that's just a.
Yeah, but also a new job description for Simon, as he's not usually a goalkeeper. Oh!
Uh-oh, there was the turnover.
Oh,
Oh, and he misses the shot. Wow.
But keeps possession.
Keeps possession. That's the key.
Wow.
Wow. So immediately after. Ooh. We get a block, but again, keeps possession and scores eventually. So
damn.
it takes a lot of. You're rooting for the Germans here, are you?
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be an upset, and upsets makes tournaments more interesting, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So let's throw a little love for the Germans here. Yeah, of course, Christensen not a lot of experience in terms of goalkeeping. Oh, what a save from Christensen! Wow, and they could take over possession here.
But yeah, he's also quick out of the goal when he tries to go.
Very, very aggressive player. It's very tough when you're caught like that. We saw with Huber. He sends the pass to Stefan Möll, but obviously hard for him to handle a 2-on-1 situation using only his T-stick. But a lot of credit to the Danish defense here. They have changed up their strategy, going more passive, sitting back, and they are reaping the benefits right now. There's a lot of infighting going on in the boards here.
Oh.
Who will come out with this? On us, it looks like, yes. So the Danes pick it up again, and this is the second turnover in this half.
Wow.
And they capitalize again.
Two-goal lead for the Danes.
A 2-goal lead, yes. All right, so after a relaxed, comfortable half-time, the Germans now are behind the 8 ball now and needs to create something.
Oh, now a quick goal.
So fast stick movement from David Huber. No chance for any goalkeeper to keep that one out. Huber, a little bit of a specialist. We saw him come in both Germany's penalty shootouts during the World Cup this summer and converted both his tries.
Yeah, I actually think he should shoot 2 times against Italy and scored both times.
That's true.
And they still lost, so that was
still lost the shootout in the semifinals,
yeah.
but in no part because of Huber's penalty ability. This is a turnover. This is ruled no goal. Some sort of blocking violation from Simon Christensen, and so this is a turnover and a great opportunity, golden opportunity for the Germans to get back in this game. And there it is, ties it up. Both teams have come up empty on, by my count, 3 possessions. So tied in that department as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, some contact. Carry on, says the play on, says the referee.
Ooh, almost steal.
A little more activity on the German defense now. Huber showing a little more movement. Ooh,
Oh,
that was a
post.
save. I think off the post. But Berenth again keeps possession, takes a
Misses a
speculative shot. Ooh, that's dangerous. So dangerous to take these desperation shots.
This is good for
Not
him.
really any reason. Oh, that's a high ball and a turnover. He sort of lifted the ball over the net. That's not allowed in this game. Otherwise, you could sort of lift it over the goalkeeper T-sting every time. So
Yeah.
the ball has to stay on the floor. And again, another turnover. A little bit of an unforced error, I think. Berenth here running out of patience.
Okay. Wow.
Huber shaking his hands to go like, whew, that was close. Could have easily turned it over there, but just snuck it by Simon Christensen in the Danish goal. Anders needs to be patient here. He has a little bit of a reputation for being a hothead when his team.
Ay,
Another
shot again.
another turnover. Well, not quite a turnover, but a missed shot.
Yeah, okay.
That was okay. Okay, Huber's
didn't make
feeling
sense.
himself right now. He wanted to make a big play. But again, Anders has a little bit of a reputation, especially earlier in his career, for being a little bit of a hothead. Could easily get frustrated when his teams fall behind.
Yeah.
And here, I mean, he scored, and that's fine, but it was a little bit of a tight shot trying to fit it in between the wheels of Stefan Möll. That could easily go wrong. And so I think both teams, both playmakers here are feeling the pressure. Nice goalkeeping by Christensen. He is so fast. I mean, he's got to be the fastest T-stick player in this tournament. He is blazingly fast, and that really helps him out a lot. So,
a save.
A save
Double
by
save.
Möll.
Oh, now this
But,
is
yeah, okay. Again, it's such a struggle for the Danes to...
But now the Danes are in front with one goal. 12-11.
Oh. Yeah, and he knows it too. Again, a high ball. I mean, it's a totally unforced error. Maybe a little bit of a tiredness setting in right now, because certainly the technique has been failing both Berenth and Huber. Maybe nerves as well setting in. I think Berenth and Christensen realize now that off the post.
Close again.
But he keeps possession, so I think also Berenth and Christensen realize that this team is for real. The German team is for real, and they might be facing them again. This could be pretty important, actually.
Wow.
Missed shot wide left, and Huber picks it up, and he will score here once he crosses midcourt. Yep. Nice awareness here from Huber to sort of to wait with his finish to crossing midcourt. That's a rule for this event, and that could have been a spot where inexperience could have hurt them, but he's been cool, calm, and collected all game long, and honestly, he will score easily. Huber probing.
Yeah, I think Stefan should just get on one side of Andersen, so he's not. Oh!
Oh no! Another turnover. That's killer. That's a killer turnover. So 14-12 now in favor of the Danes. Oh! Shows a lot of speed as well, Huber here.
think
And
there's just 1 minute left. Can that be?
About a minute left.
I think our scorekeeper yelled 1 minute.
In that case, the Germans would bring pressure, and they do. From Möll here. Here we go. No. Berenth takes advantage. And it looks like the Danes will hold on here, but definitely the Germans made it tough on them. And
Yeah.
really, that turnover on the previous German possession, that might have been it for them. Easy goal here. They'll have to force a turnover quickly to try and go for the tie here. Bring very high pressure, but
Yeah.
Möll just, I mean, that chair,
They
good
don't
for
have the
goalkeeping, but just doesn't have the speed to stay with Berenth. And there it is. Time's up, and the Danes hold on to win 16-14. Very, very close, and I think definitely we can say that the Germans have made it clear that they are definitely in the running for one of the two final spots tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.